Now, when we last spoke, I was talking about All Souls Day, and I was talking about Leonard Garcia at WEC, and that was very, very early in this month. And we're now about 2 or 3 days from the end of this month, so let me tell you what happened. I came to do my blog the following Friday, which was a day before I was due to go on 2 weeks holiday. It was about 3 weeks ago, and I had a bit of a problem because my Busby broke and it couldn't record what I was going to say. I was going to talk about, I believe, Brock Lesnar, and I was going to talk about the fact that that day, Friday, and I think it must have been the 14th, yes, Friday the 14th of this month, my wallet had been stolen from work and I'd lost my cards. I had cancelled them and discovered that nobody had used them, and when I mean my cards, I just mean the cards that I put in the machine. I don't mean my credit card, because I don't wander around with my credit card, and I don't wander around with things like my national insurance card or stuff like that either. So anyway, that disappeared. I went online to order a new Busby, and there were two possibilities, one from Amazon and one from a company called Robert Dyas, which was only about £2 cheaper. But I thought, I'll go with that because I don't have a lot of money, and the standard sort of delivery time was 5 days, which was fine because that would put it at the end of the first week of my holiday, and at the end of the second week of my holiday I would need my Busby to go and film in Liverpool for Cage Gladiators. Now, I also put in at the same time for my new bank cards, which would take at least 5 days to come through. That's National Westminster for you. I'm not particularly happy with them at the moment. They may be a stable bank in terms of the economic crisis, but they are certainly slow, just so incredibly slow. So anyway, I had to make do with my savings account, which had more money in it, but that money was supposed to go on the States trip. Instead, it went on Christmas, and it went on funding me whilst I couldn't get access to my proper account. Then, wonder of wonders, I filled my book up there and I could get no money out at all until they sent me an extra book. So that was at the end of the second week, in which of course Brock Lesnar actually managed to gain the crown, and an idiot on Sherdog wrote how one of the nice things about the UFC is that they always give valid contenders the first choice at fighting the champion. I was so annoyed I didn't even bother emailing him to correct him on his big faux pas that week. So that was a week ago, and then there's been this week in which basically my week can be summarised by the fact that just companies have let me down. 5 days came and went and Robert Dyas still hadn't delivered me anything. I tried to phone them, and the number I got on their email confirmation thing saying your product has been dispatched sort of thing was actually a hotline for ordering something, and they couldn't help me, so they gave me a number that was supposed to be a customer services line, but it just didn't seem to work. It did allow you to leave a message, so I left a message, but I got no response from that. So eventually I discovered the courier service that they used, and I contacted them, and they said they weren't aware that they worked for Robert Dyas, because they work for a lot of people, and they had no way of tracking my product from the order number of the company, because apparently the order number that the company give me and the order number that they give the courier are completely different. Well, that's just brilliant, isn't it? So finally I went online and I also responded to their initial sort of email, and I was sent an immediate email confirmation saying, oh, we do value your email, but it will take our customer services 4 days to reply. How can it take somebody 4 days online to reply? I'd imagine if you could only put something on the forum once every 4 days, and you had to wait for 4 days to hear a reply. Anyway, so I went online, found their website, and I contacted the number for, business numbers, basically. I found them, and I managed to get through to sort of senior manager, at which I sort of exploded when they told me, oh sorry, we don't actually do that product at all, and we took the notice down, the advert down from the internet last week, when we were told that somebody else had had the same problem as you. And of course they hadn't bothered to see who else had ordered under their sort of false advertising, so I went absolutely mad. And then I had to order my Busby by express delivery from Amazon at an extra cost. Not Amazon's fault, because had I ordered with them in the first place I would have had it already. And to their credit they delivered, which is why I'm making this recording now. Meanwhile, my cash card had come through, but the PIN number had not worked, despite the fact that they were telling me that the PIN number was the same and that I could use it. Then they discovered that they had actually sent another PIN number out, but whether it would reach me by the end of the week they weren't sure. I said, well, it needs to reach me by Friday, because I leave for Liverpool, and I can't go to Liverpool with no Busby and no money, can I? So anyway, it's Thursday today. It was the last chance for the PIN number to show up, and thank God it did. So we've made it, but just in time, and that's really overshadowed the whole of my holiday. But there we are. And I think that's probably about all.